Okay, so the next step is right now we're scanning the book and getting the ISBN number. Next thing we need to do is to take the ISBN number and pass that to an API. I've already built an API, so my API does what? My API calls out Google API. So let's just call it my API. Calls Google's API. Google Book API. It's going to take that number, give it to my API. My API is going to give it to Google's API. Google's API is going to find that book data and send it back in JSON to my API. It'll be a big googly mess book data, and then what my API is going to do is clean up that data and send it here. Not messy, but put it there. There we go. So what's going to happen is once I scan the book, well, once I enter the prompt book scan, it's going to say scan the book. I scan the book, get the number. The number is going to then be sent over to my API. My API is going to call Google Books. Google Books is going to grab the metadata and send it to me in JSON messy. Then my API is going to clean it up into just this right here. So I guess the first step is to take that number and make sure that I'm able to send it to Google API. So let's go to my controller, book import controller. So what that's going to do is call /import books, and is it the right one? Oh, it is the right one, because then it's going to call book info service here. So this controller is going to call the book info service, and then this book info service is going to look up the book from that ISBN number, call that API, Google API, send me the data. It's gonna send it async, so I'm gonna get what's called a future. That's what this mono is. It's sending a future back, and see who's calling that book import controller. And then I need to be doing this logic in my service, so I'll eventually refactor this. But then it's going to take that lookup response. So it's going to get that data from the API, from Google's API, save it as this lookup response. It's actually not async, I blocked it there. So it's going to wait for a response. And so then I created the book entity, saved book. So this is actually going to save the book. So it's going to look it up, then save it. Okay, this does everything I need for me already, so I don't need to create anything extra. The only thing I would want to do is like print the data. We can do that another time. So let's just hook this to the API. That should be easy. It's just making the call to the controller. So book scan command. We're not using CLI. Book command line. Scan book. So what it's going to do is going to call that service. What was the service called? Book import service. Controller. Book info service. Final book info service there. Add this destructor. Then go back down there to scan. And this is going to call book info service. Look up the book with that ISBN, which is fine. And then this is actually just going to save it to the database. Book lookup. But I would like some type of information about the book to pop up. So let's go back to book info service. Looking up the book. And we can do a print to screen. So do on next. We can say response system.out. Response for ISBN. Actually don't want that. I want print response dot items dot get 0. See if we can print that. Items dot get 0 title plus authors, publisher, description. And this might give us the data we need. So let's take all of that and run it. So as of right now, we're staying. If I go scan, ISBN number, scan the book. That's it. It just scans it, tells you to scan. Doesn't add anything to the database. Now, let's see. Reset this book. Now when we do book scan, same thing, but it's going to actually add the book to the database and give me data. Nope. What did I do? Didn't add it. Oh, it adds it. I called lookup. Printed it. That's because I blocked it. That's why. So where do we go now? Command line. Book command line. Let's just return any. Well, it returns that mono. So I should be able to take this there. Does this work? It was never used as a publisher. Let's see. Oh, but I'm sure it added it to the database. So refresh this. It didn't even add it to the database. Question, did it even run? It stops here. Let's go back to book service and unblock service. Book info service, mono, that's fine. Import controller. Why is it doing what I needed to do? It's calling it, giving it the ISBN. We'll do running info service. And runs it, so it should have added it to the database. See that? It runs it. Is it that ISBN? Goes to this URL, it's that endpoint, and then it returns that import controller. What am I missing? It's calling book service. It's looking it up. Book service, book info service, lookup book. It's looking it up. Oh, all this is doing is looking it up. So it looks it up and does nothing with it. And then it just returns out there. And this is going to be a mono of a Google book response. Call this a book. Then this out, book response feature, do that, and next, do net, undo next, body, add scan. Oh, this is what I did earlier. So then I don't even need it. Let's see if this works. Oops, I should have a command for that. Nothing's here. And it does nothing with this book info service. I was never used to publish. What does this mean? It means you created a reactive publisher, yep, but never consumed or subscribed to it. Reactive streams are lazy, nothing runs and subscribe. Subscribe or return the published. Fixed by subscribing, blocking, or returning the mono to the caller. Returning the mono to the caller. Let's try that. The scan book is going to return a response and be able to return required, provided, okay. Features and monos and reactive Java is interesting. Mono views a body items dot get 0 by info dot title. Scan. That's again the void. This here. Block items dot get 0 by info title. That's okay. That's my issue. My issue is that I don't know how Java reactive programming, because now we got the title after I had to block it by adding it to the database. So now I wonder if I can just call this now. Something about scan, add scan result command. So then we can call add scan result command. And this takes a response in the ISBN. So we get that. So what do we want this whole command, but the whole, does this return? Yeah, it returns a response. So yeah, I could just do this whole thing. So let's just do Google response, Google book response, go block. I'll just give the whole thing. It returns that response. I give it to this method here. And then here, I just give it the ISBN. Might be no, I'll take that risk. And that's gonna call that method here. And just say book successfully scanned, give you that data. Okay, let's run this. Then we should get better metadata after we scan it. Of course, book scan first. So here's the metadata, successfully scanned, title, authors, date, category, and a description. Would you like to add it? I said no, not at this time. Let's do it one more time. Let's get it different. 9. So we actually do want to add that one. I don't think that adds it to the database. It just gives you that prompt. Cool. That's all I wanted to do anyway. Though in this session, just wanted to scan the book and have some data, but format it better. And what I'm gonna do, book scan, just copy that and then have chat P. Can you format this better for CLI? That's what I want, but I want it in string already. Create this as Java string format. Copy that. What it's gonna do is gonna add on. I gotta fix that. If I could just use this to do it, then to here, and instead of this data like that, string template, and then I feel like there's a string format method, right? Format string, what is it called? F string? You know what? It's just, instead of actually doing a string, no, we'll keep through S out, format it, in title, take off this, put it ISBN title, object category. Just that format came out better than this. Scan that book. It's good to me. So the format issues here, but fix that later. This is unnecessary here. Clearly it was successful. Should be good after actually